Matt Lenihan for Boxing Social in association with William Hill, Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined by Shakan Pitters.
You throw that in there now. I didn't grow up in the suburbs, man. I grew up in the slum of Brum, B9 area. Everyone knows B9, B10.
You told me you're from the mud.
That's the mud around there. You know how big our rats are down there?
Big.
They're massive, mate. You see them running about this big?
Well, look, forgetting all the jokes and stuff aside, you went in there and put on a clinical performance tonight. You're back, disciplined performance. How do you assess yourself now that you're out the ring and you're back on the winning side of things?
Yeah, obviously it's good to be back on the winning, but I just, in my head, like I've done what I had to do, and like I wouldn't expect anything less. Joe's a good fighter. I just did what I had to do, and yeah, going forward, I just want to be in good fights and back in title contention.
Absolutely, a pleasing fight in your home city. Was that an extra motivation? We talked about it before, but did you feel something different coming out? It's your people, your crowds. I know you mentioned little girls here to watch. Did it feel different tonight?
Yeah, definitely. My little girl being there was good. It's a second fight, but first fight in a big show. I think the last time she came was a small hall show, which I won, but I just heard her crying straight through. But this time she was sat ringside, so this time I could hear her just saying, "Put your hands up, daddy," this and that. So it was good, you know what I mean? She's at that age now where she understands it more. She watches me spar. She's into it herself, you know what I mean? She's got her own little gloves, and I don't want her to box, but she knows I do it as a dad, so she's going to be interested. So, and she comes to our gym, and she's never interested in the iPad and everything she's got there. She just wants to put her gloves on and hit the bag, so I just let her do it, really.
Well, that's good that she's actually interested in what Dad does, because I know a lot of kids now, they're stuck to their iPads, so that's good. What pleased you about your performance in there tonight? I know you I think there's sort of an expectancy from you that, I do that to that type of opponent, I expected to win. But what pleased you specifically about your performance? Was it how you use your jab, your movement? What were you pleased with tonight?
That's just in myself, I expect to win. That's not me trying to, Joe's a good fighter. Just in my head, I don't train. And that's for any fighter, I don't train to want to feel that I'm not going to get my hand raised in the victory. But as I said, Joe was someone who he was in the Ultimate Boxer, and I was obviously in the Ultimate Boxer. And, he would have made a good fight, either him or Deck or whatever. But obviously happy to get the fight in with him now anyway and put all that behind. But yeah, I just used my jab well and just fought to my strengths, really. It's done what I had to do.
Right, I know before a fight, fighters are very sort of standoffish about saying, I want to fight this guy, that fight, and all that, and that's been respectful to who they've got in front of them. But now you've sort of got past this test, you've got your feet wet again, you're back on the winning side. What do you want to do next? Is it just stay active? Have you got a particular route you want to go down? What is it? What do you want to do?
I definitely want to stay active, but I definitely want to be in good fights, I want to fight people above me in the rankings. I don't want to be fighting people who are, who are behind me or whatever. I want to look forward and chase those titles. People with the bouts, people who are willing to fight for the bouts as well.
Who are the names? Who are the big names? Because you can come here and bring someone here or go to them, because you've had that seasoning now. There's no going backwards. Who are the type of names that you want to be looking at respectfully?
Yeah, respectfully anyone. You know what I mean? Like literally, Dan's got the European. I'd love that. I know Lyndon's trying to fight for the IBR. I'd love that. I love Craig. He's beat me before. I'd love to fight him and rerun that back. Anyone above me in the rankings, I'll fight any of them, whether they're British scene, whether they're on the international world scene, any of the scenes. And I don't say their names out of disrespect. They're good fighters, and they're good people outside of boxing. But I want to be in good fights. I don't want to do 10-week camps for someone who I'm expected to blow over. I want to be in camps where it's a test and it's a real thing, like they're a live opponent. And obviously Joe's a live opponent and he's a good fighter. He's been in solid fights himself, and ex-British champion himself, so a good, credible opponent. But I want to be fighting for titles. That's where I want to be at that level.
What I just heard is you want all the smoke, no matter what. Have gloves will travel.
100%. I'm on smoke with anyone above me in the rankings. Anyone. Look, fans say they want us to be all mixing it up, fighting in good fights, right? So I'm here saying I'm willing to be that guy who will fight and mix it up with all these people. there's nothing more I can say. You can't. I've been in the ring with people, and I've not shied away from no fight. So as long as it's a right route for me, they're paying me right. You know what I mean? Then I'm game.
Well, Shakan, look, it was good to see you back in the ring tonight, doing your thing. Be interesting to see what fights. There's some big fights out there for you. That division, particularly domestically, is on fire, and I'm sure it'll continue to grow. I appreciate you talking to Boxing Social. I know I've ripped you a little bit with this nickname.
You're the suburb guy, man.
Nah, I am. There's more mud where I'm from, my friend.
You are, yeah? There we go then.
Climbing out that mud.
There we go, I'm in the mud, man. I'm still in the mud.
Always, brother. Look, appreciate talking to Boxing Social. We'll catch up at your next fight week or whenever you have your next fight announcement. Always appreciate your time.
Appreciate you, my bro. Respect, man. Nice one.